Welcome back in, everybody. We're going to get started with the second game here of Navi versus One Move. And One Move, like you were saying, Hurry, Navi had that game pretty much in the bag on that fight around the high ground in the top lane. So the communication, I guess, needs to improve a little bit for Navi, but One Move, able to take advantage of that, pull it right back. In this second game, you're talking about it, Navi. It'd be nice for them to get a bit of a better start in the laning stage, but One Move coming through, they want to drag this momentum forward, take this in 2-0 fashion. So, what are you expecting for One Move? Just maybe a bit more of the same draft wise?
Yeah, the way that One Move drafted in the previous game was there was some synergy, of course, between their heroes, but their lineup relied a lot on crushing the laning phase, right? They countered what Navi had to offer. I'm not sure that you're gonna get the chance to do that every game, but if you can, that is a smart approach. Navi are still an inexperienced team, still relatively new to the scene. I mean, these players are new to playing Dota at the highest level. So if they lose the laning phase, there is a good chance that they're gonna get somewhat lost in the game, or they're not gonna be fast enough to come back. So I think if you can get a deal like that from One Move again, that you should take it. And them going for the second pick over the Dire side that has had such success in terms of win rates just goes to show that this is what they want to do.
Yeah. No, I think I saw. I'd like to see the win rate for every region, the
10
Radiant Dire win
seconds
rate, but I
remaining.
saw at least in Western Europe, it's something like a 35% win rate
5
for the Radiant
seconds
side.
remaining.
So, yeah, One Move taking this over the second pick, confident in
Navi's
what they want to be
turn to
drafting, what they want to
ban.
be picking up as a combo, as opposed to getting that map side pick.
Yeah, well, luckily we do have our trusty Wikipedia, so we can check on those win rates. China,
10
58% on
seconds
Dire.
remaining.
Southeast Asia, I'm gonna say that is where the Radiant does have a
5
shot to do
seconds
well, and it does. It's 47% on Radiant, so it makes it 53 on Dire. And SA usually will have a
Radiant
closer to 50-50. In NA we have more in Radiant side, but I've heard from some people that NA has just been very fun to watch. So I'm gonna guess that the Dota is not on the highest of all of levels, but in South America, it's 56 to 44. So Eastern Europe, China, and Western Europe are the ones that are most in favor of Dire. And to be honest, they're the ones that, especially Eastern Europe, especially Western Europe, then Eastern Europe are the ones that are playing the highest tier of Dota in my mind currently.
That is a controversial statement to come out after the last major results. You might have more than one angry person if they see this clip. Obviously, everybody here loves Eastern European regions, so everybody's going to agree with you. But maybe a few people don't see it that way. But I agree. North America is a clown car of a region, and yeah, maybe they're just having
Why?
fun.
Why would you say that? I mean, you're just gonna make them feel bad. Imagine you're playing now in North America. You're trying to improve the Dota community there, and
Navi's
you hear
turn to
some
pick.
caster
because
from Eastern Europe say, "You guys suck," right?
It's
And that
because
is
Neff works in the North American region, and I have to take every opportunity to clown on Neff. And even if he doesn't see this broadcast, he'll know, he'll feel it in his bones that somebody's been clowning on him.
10
yeah. But what
seconds
about the
remaining.
players? Right, you have to
Yeah,
think
it's
about the
true, true.
players. We don't say that
5
way. Well, what I'm
seconds
saying
remaining.
about the regions, well, China, it's obviously not as good as it used to be, especially with the bans coming through. Eastern Europe has the most potential, and it's even exporting players, right?
Yeah.
So in my mind, it has so many teams that are good. They currently don't have any top tier S tier teams like we have, like 5-6 of them in Western Europe, right?
Mhm.
But every single team here is solid, right? That's the case. Where in North America and Southeast Asia, you might just know who's gonna win,
Radiant
right?
team
In South America, in North America, in those two regions, you kind of, the season starts and you're like, yeah, these two are gonna win, and you're gonna be right more often than not. In Eastern Europe, that's not exactly how it goes, and you don't really know who's gonna be relegated.
No, that is true. The
10
quality of the
seconds
league, especially
remaining.
here, Eastern Europe, the quality of the league, I think
5
actually Western
seconds
Europe's,
remaining.
yeah, like you say, it is the same where looking at it, anybody in Western Europe can still go down here. There's a lot of two threes, two fours, right up till the fourth spot in the table. So that is still really wide open. A little bit closer here in Eastern Europe. I think Virtus.pro, they've only played 4 matches. Navi, one move dark side looking a little bit weaker at the bottom of the table here, but there is still the ability for Virtus.pro and Hydra to be dragged into a relegation battle. And to be fair to Neff and his team, playing, because he does manage nouns, they are sitting second in the North American League, so I can't clown on him too hard.
Okay, that's. I still think though,
but still,
nothing is comparable to Western Europe currently.
No, absolutely not. No,
that is the definite truth right now. They are just too strong, considering that China just isn't what it used to be. They were the region that was, maybe even stronger than Western Europe. Nowadays, it's not the case.
But like you say, that talent export, you've got TA2K in there, you've got Watson, you've got Doraccio playing, all these carries coming through, Uragi as well coming through from the Eastern European region, making the Western teams, making them all look good. Oh, is Malrine confirmed?
5 seconds remaining.
Because he's still... Is he? I thought he was still playing for Namiga.
No, it's not. It's Armel. Sorry, I'm.
Okay. I was going to say because he's still registered for Namiga, Malrine. But I did see the articles about him potentially moving on to Secret as well. So yeah, even more exports coming out.
Sorry, he said that there was a slight chance that he would have gone to Secret. That's why there were rumors about it. Yeah, now I remember. My bad. I'm sorry about that one. I saw Kiritich and I'm like, Namiga fell apart. There's only the only reason, for Malrine to or the only thing for Malrine to do right now is go to Western Europe and show them how it's done. But yeah, not the case. It was Armel that was picked up. So my bad. Anyways, though, let's focus on the draft. Forget about that one. We don't make mistakes here in the Eastern European cast. We're always right about everything. So we are going to be seeing one move going for a Disruptor Dragon Knight. So this is actually a really good opening because it's so flexible. On Navi, it's a nice one, but you know exactly what they're doing with these two.
Yeah, the bands wise, Terrorblade comes out, Naga Siren, the Undying's going to go as well as the Nature's Prophet. One move, they take away the Broodmother, the Beastmaster, the Dry Range this time, and the Ursa being taken away for the side. But yeah, so a little bit more of the same here for Navi in this offlane. Instead of the Snapfire, though, you are going to be having that Rubik potentially. Don't see a lot of Rubik 5s. So I assume this is going to be the offlane for the side of Navi. And if you're Navi, do you just ban out the Monkey King coming up against this lane?
I would. I think I would, because there's a Dragon Knight on the other side. He's kind of the same as the Death Prophet, stands his ground and pushes a tower with the Monkey King behind him. He is not as fast in pushing down towers. He's not as good at taking Roche. But even if the game starts going south, you do have good blink initiation. So I would, better than the Primal Beast and the Death Prophet. So I would get rid of it. I think Navi, they've had enough of a beating in the previous game.
Yeah. So we'll see if that's going to be the final ban here that comes up for Navi, because it's actually going to be the Mirana. I mean, Gilga did have a lot of impact on that Mirana with the arrows coming through in the mid to late game. Like you talked about on the top lane, some great clutch arrows. And Navi this time, they just don't want to play up against it. So one move with this Monkey King open, potentially, they might just go back for that and again try and run that bottom lane.
Yeah, really no reason not to. I can still see them picking like a Snapfire, a Techies on their third pick here, or in the first pick now in the second phase. But the Monkey King is just very, very strong. They're gonna go for the Enchantress, so less team fight, more of being annoying and somewhat of a Lycan counter. So I like it. I think it's a smart choice. And it's probably gonna be now Pantomime playing the Enchantress and Gilgir on the Disruptor.
Yeah, potentially swapping that around, like you say, the Ench. Being able to take one of the wolves away in the laning stage, or steal that dominated creep as well from the Lycan. It's a massive pain in the ass to play against if you're the Lycan. So again, maybe I'm a little bit surprised it wasn't banned out, and the Enchantress we've seen does a lot of damage come through when you start to build onto that impetus. So one move, it's a great pickup for them. Meanwhile, Navi, they go for the Marcy pick.
Please let it be a carry Marcy. Whenever I see a support Marcy right now, I just falls flat because its laning stage presence just isn't there. You do not have the reach to be able to grab somebody. And let's see, yep, it is gonna be a carry Marcy. Okay, I'm liking that one because Shigetsu is one of the guys that brought it into the meta in the previous Division 2, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I was kind of surprised he didn't use it more often.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Marcy's gone through so many nerfs since she got put in the
5
game, but
seconds
we
remaining.
are still seeing the Battle Fury, the BKB, Basher build coming out, and looks incredibly effective. Once you get on top of a hero with the jump in from that rebound, it's very, very hard for the hero to get away, and it's still going to be able to burst down once that Unleash gets used. You know, even though the Dragon Knight is a big, tanky knight, that Marcy will still be able to rip through and kill him off fairly quickly in these fights.
We know from the series that if you rip through the clothes at least, then Marcy might look away and be in a little bit of trouble. So he's gonna have to just punch him in the head if that's a possibility. But we'll see how it goes. If it is a core Marcy and you're always next to the Dragon Knight in lane, if you're close to the tower, you can pull him into it. So that could be happening. There's the Monkey King. Really no surprise there. If Marcy is ahead, she can jump into the Wukong cement and smash his head in. If she is not, once she jumps in, her pulses don't really help because Monkey King doesn't rely too much on his right clicks. He relies more on the Monkey Warriors who don't really care about the pulses.
Yeah, so if you are, I mean, again, if you're Navi, you saw that lane go so badly up against the Monkey King in the first game. How do you try and deal with this coming into the second game, seeing as it's going to be a very similar matchup?
Oh boy. You are gonna go with the shenanigans from level 1. You are not gonna allow, if you're Danielle, to just get smacked down every single time from level. You're just gonna dodge the fights, make sure that the Disruptor and the Monkey King are never together. So you accomplish that by making sure that the Rubik and the Lycan are never together, and you just try to survive until you get your Helm of the Dominator. If you're not giving away that many kills, and if the Monkey King is not as strong, then the Helm of the Dominator timing will be much stronger.
Yeah, Navi now banning out the Primal Beast as well had a great impact being able to get on top of the dry range, onslaught into the pulverize. So I can see Navi, again, not wanting to play up against that. But yeah, I am very surprised that when they were banning out the cores, they didn't take away the Monkey King and opted instead to take away the Mirana. I can see the idea behind it. It did have a lot of impact, but for this bottom lane, it just set Monkey King up to have a great game. And we saw I think, what was it, like something like 11-1 and 19 throughout the entire game in terms of kills and deaths.
Yeah, and Monkey King is also the best hero from Nkushi. Monkey King is irreplaceable. The Mirana is replaceable, right? There are other heroes that are going to do similar things in terms of damage, in terms of follow-up lockdown on the Dragon Knight. So yeah, I do agree with you. The Mirana ban definitely not something that I liked.
Yeah, one move as well was seeing the puck ban, the Primal Beast on the puck ban. So this Dragon Knight, you were talking about it being a flex pick. This far in the draft, do you have a preference for it already, or is it purely just responding to what Navi is going to pick up as their final pick? Because one move, they have that overall last pick coming out for them.
It's not ideal to lane against the Marcy Lich. So if you see that it's gonna have a good matchup in the mid lane, you might just send it there. And considering it's a Pango, they could do it. But on the other hand, it's a Pango, so you can punish him with some heroes that crush melee heroes like a Snapfire, like an OD. Though Aincrad isn't really too big on those heroes.
Could you still go mid Timbersaw here up against the Lycan, Marcy, and the Pangolin, like 2 melee or 3 melee heroes? Just being able to throw that out with the chakrams, the Will and Deaths anytime they come in close.
Then I'd rather see the offlane Timber, to be honest, because DK mid, you are gonna do more with levels. Pango is gonna rotate. You're gonna take the tower down. So if they would go for a Timber, I'd prefer it in the offlane here, and especially because you have the Disruption and the Enchantress. They're very good at rotating. So leaving the Timber alone is not gonna be a problem.
It's actually gonna be the Ember. So it is gonna be the offlane Dragon Knight. It looks like that Ember Spirit in the mid lane.
Yep.
Pango and Ember Spirit, I can't remember last time I saw this matchup. So how does this lineup look to you? Both lineups coming into this. Is there a preference for either one fighting into each other?
Very low catch for the Ember Spirit, right? Navi. Oh, I don't like it because again, you're relying a lot on you having vision before you engage, and the enemies have much better vision heroes. Plus, they have stronger lanes, and not every lane is stronger like it was the last time, but Munkushi will crush Malik once again. And that is the main thing. Malik's units are what's giving vision. Malik is who's controlling the map. Malik is the one that everyone is going to play around. So with him having a bad game, it instantly is going to be turning things towards one move for me.
Okay, I think I'm going to go lean the same. Yeah, Munkushi, it is going to be Gilgar on the Disruptor this time, Pantom on the Inch. So, but that last game, you know, one move started off so impressively that if they can get a similar start in this second game here, I think they're just going to be able to close it out. And I don't know how one move really lose this early laning stage.
They don't. You're relying on Shigetsu later on in the game. If he gets a lot of items, none of these cores are going to be safe. He jumps on them, he destroys them. But again, it relies on vision, right? So if you lose the early game, even if you're strong later on down the line, which Shigetsu himself, you're going to need better vision. And yes, one move can make mistakes, but just judging from the lineups, that should not happen if you know everything that's going on the map.
Yeah. Okay, so looking to get into game number 2, and the difference is now it is going to be, you know, you've got your Lich here with the Marcy. So how does this lane play out for Navi? Are they going to be able to push back, you know, get themselves on top of Afterlife and do some damage, or is it just a stalemate in that lane?
It is a stalemate, but first level 2 and level 1 and 2, that is where you strike. That is when you try to push the Dragonite back and establish the dominance.
Okay, well, we'll see if this laning stage, if it's going to go any better for Navi, or if one move are going to be able to take over. But first, a word from our sponsors over at EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
Welcome back in as we get into game number 2. There was some battle lines being drawn on the map, both smokes from both teams coming out, and we'll be breaking now. And we'll see if Navi, they're going to be able to get the jump onto Aincrad, but the follow-up damage coming through, that Fade Bolt will fly through here now as well. The glimpse onto Melodule, so Melodule going to be back into the mosh pit of 5 heroes, and Aincrad's going to be the one picking up that first blood. And that's a great start for your Ember Spirit, because I mean, that's pretty much bottle gold after these runes come out.
Oh boy. Like, I was, the game is not gonna be the same. They're not gonna get so many kills on their position 5, and suddenly, well, it's even worse, because bottom lane, you're gonna naturally win. Mid lane, well, it is gonna go into Aincrad's favor now, unless he makes some mistakes, and he did make a mistake earlier in the previous game when he died solo to the Sand King once he hit level 6. But on an Ember Spirit, he's a little bit more confident, comfortable, and he tends to know how to utilize his spells to get away. So I think this is the worst possible start for Navi.
Yeah, it is not great. We'll see the odds here as well from EGB. Looking at one move, again, still the favorites into this. And a little bit longer odds for Navi now as well. So, yeah, the start for one move, like I say, once these runes come out, it is going to be the free bottle here for Aincrad. He's going to have a great time with that. For the minute, Mardy's sitting in the mid lane, but obviously moving over to the Marcy. How do you then try and play around this if you're the Pango? Because Pango is going to be at the disadvantage of, one, he's lost a little bit of gold there from dying, and he's going to be so far away from this bottle. Do you have to rely on any rotations from your supports?
You cannot. The supports of the other side rotate better.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. And I think that's the reason why they sent Pantomim to the top lane. They don't even care about him going for the Lycan, right? So you just want to make sure that your Dragonite has a good time. And I think that's fair. One move are being a bit greedy, wanting to win all 3 lanes now when they got that first blood in the mid lane.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it here. As the Monkey King Disruptor lane on the bottom lane still. Coming up against Daniel and Mark. We'll see now, because Daniel with the Fade Bolt into the Telekinesis at level 2. We'll see if that's going to be any more effective than that Scatter Blast into the Cookie from the Snapfire in the last game. But top lane, Shigetsu taking a little bit of harass to start off with here. And you've got that chase down from the Enchantress at level 2 as well when the enchant comes out. But the impetus damage coming out at level 1 will stack up, and Shigetsu as a melee hero, this is going to be big for the damage that one move can put out here.
Yeah, one move want to be a little bit more on the defensive side when it comes to trading with the Lich until the Dragon Knight gets level 2 and 1 point in Dragon Blood. But when that happens, that is when Afterlife just does not care if he is being harassed at all.
Yeah, and we'll see here at the bottom lane, there's a bit more liberal use of the spells from that Rubik, throwing out the Fade Ball every time it's up, it does seem like. Burning through the mana, though, and not a lot of, in fact, no mangoes here to recover this mana. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do if the one comes out sometime soon. It looks like he wants more regen here as well, queuing up that salve, the Clarity's coming out, as well as the Sentry. But, yeah, Gilga, if he gets a good opening with the Glimpse, it could be another start of a snowball in this bottom lane.
It didn't start off as bad as last time, so
yeah.
Right off the bat, it's okay. But the one move are trying to make it that way.
Yeah, here comes the Jingu coming through here. Level 2, the Glimpse comes back. Boundless Strike is available. Malik is going to be able to get himself away from this one. One more right click, and Munkushi is going to be able to get the first kill in this lane. Starts up, and Daniel, I don't even know if he gets himself away from this one. The telekinesis will be nice. There is no Glimpse, so at least Daniel will be able to play the distance away from the Monkey King. Gilga did take a lot of harass from the Wolves from the Lycan, though.
I spoke too soon, but we're coming back to the fact you cannot allow the Disruptor and the Monkey King to be together. I expected Rubik to be pulling the waves, to be buying a boots and, just pulling the waves, making sure that shenanigans are happening in this lane and not allowing something like this to happen.
Yeah, the wards have gone down. Gilga wasn't able to get the D1 on the camp just yet, though, so he is going to try and interrupt this pull. And like I said, Daniel going to be able to pull this lane to the side, and the contest comes through here from Gilga. Just trying to take down these neutral creeps, but it does mean that Munkushi, again, he feels comfortable farming in this lane, and we'll see here if the Lycan 4-on-1 in last hits and denies, and Munkushi already hitting 15 and 6 in the lane. Getting on top of Malik once again, the Fade Bolt connects onto Gilga, and he does have to worry about the Wolves chasing him down this time.
Yeah, he has to be very careful, and he is bringing a salve out. So once Gilgir is full HP, that is when things become dangerous. And speaking of, it's not dangerous only on the bottom lane for Navi. Yeah. They're dying on top as well.
I did see Malady trying to play towards Pantomime, trying to limit the damage coming through from that impetus there. Step right up into the Enchantress's face, but the Ench just be able to come out with the enchant onto the Lich himself, I'm pretty sure. Do the damage that way, and he was committed, and Malady, there was no way for him to get out of it alive.
I like that the Observer was pointing out that sentry in the bottom lane that hasn't been found by Gilgir just yet. So that is a very nicely placed sentry that if you do not get into the right angle, you're just not going to see it.
Yeah, and we'll see if he does get that D1 off. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, again, you can see the Ember Spirit. He had that free ball. It's coming in with the Orb of Corrosion here as well. So a great start for him here. And up against Meljul. Meljul, he's keeping pace in the last hit, so it's not going awful, even though he did give first blood up to Ankrad. He is still able to keep pace.
Yeah, there's no way that the Ember Spirit is going to be able to push you back. He's just always going to have a little bit of more in terms of farm. And speaking of, there's this one hero that is not getting farm and is not having fun.
No, the reset comes out here on the Jingo here as well for Munkushi, but it just pushes the Lycan all the way back here. 9 and 2 in terms of last hits and denies on the Lycan. And this is a hero that is used to having his way in the lane, but this Monkey King coming up against Malik, and Malik just not able to find anything. And the harass going on to Daniel here as well. Navi, they're just giving up on it. This lane is just, you get what you can, and anything you get out of this is a bit of a bonus.
And we're looking at the top lane, which, you could say the same as well. Marcy is farming, but the question is for how long. They're starting to apply more and more pressure here from the side of one move. And, even Shigetsu is going to start suffering soon.
Yeah, Daniel, Jingu Mastery will be popped. The Glimpse comes out. The right click, and Munkushi, the Fairy Fire. Doesn't matter, there's a Boundless Strike. It was cute. It was clever, and it was cute, but Munkushi always had the ability to get that kill.
70 gold for taking away 100 mana of the carry. Not bad, it's not that bad for the Rubik. What is bad is that the Lycan has 13 CS, and it's not gonna get much better here.
No, it absolutely is not. And again, he's got himself that Helm of the Iron Will, so he's got some sustain, but the amount of burst damage in this lane and one move, like I say, just able to rip him apart. So Malik, apart from this, telekinesis will come through. Apart from just getting Jingu down and balance striked all the time, what can you really do if you're the Lycan in this lane?
You already messed up. This lane is already on. First of all, you messed up by not banning out the Monkey King, and then everything else that you did here. Actually, you might be able to run down Gilgir. Nah, it doesn't seem very likely.
Yeah, but okay, one of the wolves will be able to chase him down, do a little bit of damage to Gilga. We'll see if it's going to be enough here. The kinetic field comes out. Gilga even going to be able to get a rune from this and walk himself away. It looks like doesn't have the mana for the TP, but should just be able to walk himself. I'm fairly sure walk himself away from.
No way he's dying. So it's not. It's just fun looking at the chase down. You know, this is a hungry wolf, but yeah, very blunt teeth probably.
Yeah, and underneath the tier 3 now as well. Gilga, no way to take him down. He's gonna be able to get himself back to the fountain, heal up, and then just get himself right back into the lane.
Structures are fortified.
It's gonna be quite easy to do that. We'll see if he wants to. No reason to refill the bottle in the mid lane. Aincrad does have the rune there, so you can just continue going to the bottom lane and bullying Malik. You know, so that has kind of been the name of the game for this entire series, to be honest.
Yeah, and even provided his own delivery service here, Gilga, as he does deliver that Orb of Corrosion to the Monkey King. So, again, even harder for the Lycan, who doesn't have any boots. Not level 6, the Glimpse comes out, Kinetic Field. Won't be caught in it this time. But yeah, Lycan, it is... I mean, this lane's... what do you do then? Do you move yourself into the jungle with the wolves? You know, how can you even try to come back in this?
You're doing the Lycan thing. You're getting your Helm of the Dominator and you're pushing the lane. There's not much more you can do. This is the sad reality of these heroes. The way that they work, Beastmaster, Lycan, Enigma, they have to stay in that lane. No matter what happens, you continue pressing forward, even if it means that you're giving something away to your enemies. If you just decide it's time to go jungle and never return to the bottom lane, that is a way to lose the game. That is a way to lose any impact on your heroes. So just continue doing the same. It's gonna hurt, but at some point, Melojul will be able to rotate to you and allow you to take that tower.
Speaking about rotations, it will be seen here as Pantomime comes into the mid lane, though. Aincrad coming through with a haste. He might be able to get himself on top of the Lycan. Malik, yeah, he's going to be seen now as well. And the chase down comes through. No points into those Siren chains. But Malik, he's slowed down by one Orb of Corrosion. The balance strike now as well. The jump in. Everybody is bullying this Lycan.
Oh, they might get the Monkey King here. He's alone.
Yeah, the Rolling Thunder will come through, but Gilga will be here offering maybe some protection to the Wolves. The damage from the Rolling Thunder. He tries to dodge off some of it with the Mischief now. Kinetic Field will be used, but Munkushi, he gets really down low. And this is going to be the jump in. Once again, Aincrad comes in with a double damage room now as well. The glimpse onto Melojul. Melojul will be killed. Gilga claims it up, and they're even going to be able to get out the kill onto the Rubik. But Munkushi does go down. Gives a bit of gold up there before he does finally go down.
Oh, Daniel kind of did everything there. Killed the Monkey King with a Fade Bolt and killed a courier in the process. I really like the dodge from Munkushi. The way he was moving, it was apparent that it wasn't going to be easy for him to get the attack there. But look at Aincrad. He's just continuing to use his DD rune to kill anybody he sees on the map.
Yeah, takes down Malady, and Malady is... it's a shame for this Lich. You know, he leaves the lane once and he's just being bullied right back into it. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, speaking about being bullied, there will be that Wukong's command here. The Jingu Mastery, the Balance Strike, and that is going to be another kill onto Malik. Malik is just not having a great series, and this Monkey King is pretty much the entire reason why.
Yeah, twice in a row, you're allowing Munkushi to play his best hero. That is the best laning counter to your hero that you're looking to play, picking it in the first phase. So, NAVI, they are... they're kind of getting destroyed because of their own decisions. So, you know, no reason to feel sorry for them. But Malik, you know, I just can't seem to let it go. He's level 5. He's not going to be level 6 at minute 10.
He's fallen two levels behind Munkushi in the lane. You know, Afterlife getting close to that level 7 here as well. And Afterlife having a really good time. There's going to be the jump in now as well from Shigetsu. Do they get it out with the Dispose into that Rolling Thunder? The Unleash comes out, but Afterlife, he's got 3 points into that Dragon's Blood. He's maybe looking for the rest of the team to TP in, maybe save his life. No one charges left, but there will be the Static Storm Connect Field. The Dragon Tail comes out. They get the kill onto Afterlife, but Shigetsu, will he go down after the fact?
Coming.
Gilga, yeah, Pantomime's going to be here now as well. Spots out on Shigetsu. Shigetsu in the trees. Another Dispose. The damage, he's trying to do what he can with a sidekick, but Gilga will be able to get the kill. So a 1-for-1 trade, and you lose your Dragon Knight, but you get the opposition carry. I'd take that all day long.
But I mean, I like that Navi did go for that play. They don't have too many plays to make. The bottom lane is kind of destroyed, and you know, okay, Malik, just let him go. Aincrad, get out of there.
Is he going to do? There's going to be that Hurricane coming through here from the Wild Wing Ripper, and Daniel might be the sacrificial lamb. He's going to go down, and Aincrad, he couldn't get the kill onto the Lycan. But, I mean, the Lycan saved his own life here. Bottom lane, Melojul trying to do what he can. Jingu Mastery once again. Already used that swashbuckle to chase down onto Melojul. Melojul, though, he might be able to get himself away. The backup from Shigetsu. So now trying to turn it around. But the Monkey King already in the trees and away.
Yeah, he's safe in the tree. So when you lose the ability to play the bottom lane, which is what you want to do, then you have to try to make a little bit of unconventional moves on the map. So those kind of moves to the top lane, that's kind of the only thing that you can do. And you're hoping that one move are going to make a series of mistakes or forced errors with you playing like that you can maybe capitalize on.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, the Tier 1 tower is going to be forced down, but the Lycan's going to be nowhere near this here. So there are going to be TPs in Wukong's command. Did he have any points into the Searing Chains here on the answer? He does. He's got 3 points into it now. Didn't want to go for it straight away. They get the lockdown onto the Pangolier back lines. Can they get a kill onto Daniel now as well? Daniel is going to be inside that Wukong's. They get the chase down. They get the damage. Slider Fist comes out. They get 2. They're going to be able to go for more now as well. Yeah, there's going to be the rebound coming away from Marcy, but where's that Boundless Strike? It is available if they get the vision, if they get the chase down. Searing Chains with the last of the Ember Spirit's mana. The Unleash will be used here by Shigetsu, but is it going to be enough with the sidekick to get the sustain off the dispose? He's still going to go down. Pantomime gets that kill. Now Melojul, he has to try and get himself away with the Rolling Thunder, but it's going to end. Do they have the vision? They have it. And Melojul brought right back into the Static Storm. One more right click. Gilga gets the kill with the Static Storm, and only the Lycan survives through that because the Lycan nowhere near.
Someone thought about TPing into that one, then they saw the storm, and I'm not going outside today. I'm staying in and playing video games, and yeah, that's the smartest choice that they could have made, and they did.
And it's looking rough for Navi again. Do they have that ability like in the first game to get themselves back into it and maybe come back and force something through in this mid game, or a one move? Are they just completely in control of this game?
Oh no, they're not in control of this game. 8,000 gold lead, 13 minutes in. It is not enough. You want more. You want everything. We live in capitalism. Just take everything away from them and don't allow them to even eat. And you can see that one move, that's what they want to do. They're even taking the Centaur Conqueror from Malik.
Yeah, Malik trying to get himself away from this one. The glimpse comes back though, and it looks like they're going to be able to put another leash on the dog here. Aincrad gets the kill. Malik goes down since the gaze comes through. Aincrad though, he's got a remnant to jump away to, and this Chain Frost actually doesn't bounce to anyone useful. Let's say here, Rolling Thunder, they might try and go for a re-engage, but the hero's coming through. Only the Monkey King not here for one move. They get a double Searing Chains into that Remnant if they get a jump in now as well. Daniel, he might go down. Maybe just trying to rely on that Centaur to get the kill. Slider Fist comes through, and Melojul will be able to get the kill into Gilga in the backlines, but the Dragon Tail, it follows up Shield Crash. It's not going to be enough to keep this Pangolier alive, no. And Aincrad, he is just running rampant in this game. 8-0-6 on the Ember Spirit.
And he's gonna be no Pantomime. He takes it with a stolen Centaur, and that's it. You know, sometimes for beauty, you even turn onto your master, and that's literally what this Centaur did. You know, Helm of the Dominator just not gonna be as strong as the beauty of the Enchantress here, and they use that Centaur to go forward. And this is just a complete destruction. When I saw the early game of the previous game, I thought this was what it's gonna look like, but at least you had that timing of the Blink Dagger of the Sand King. You don't have anything like that on the side of Navi this time around. Plus, their supports are pretty much reliant on running forward, constantly spamming spells. If they die early on in the fight with just using one round of spells, they don't really work. These heroes don't work, and that's what the Ember Spirit does. He kills you so easily. And now he has a DD, so it's curtains for Malady once again.
Yeah, coming through onto the slowed down by the Enchantress here. Malady, the glimpse comes through. Aincrad, he's just going to be able to clean up. Godlike here now for this Ember Spirit.
He has to use the defensive Rolling Thunder if he wants to live here on Melojul.
Yeah, but Aincrad, he's got that. He's got the clarity come through, the extra mana from the bottle. Melojul, like you say, he just has to roll himself away from this one. And while this is going on, Shigetsu, he's still looking towards his Battle Fury now. He's going to have the gold coming out for the Claymore after this creep camp, but he's still going to be the Ring of Health away from this. This is going to be such a slow Battle Fury here for the Marcy.
I mean, considering what's happening in the game, that's actually a really fast Battle Fury coming out from him, and a fast death for Melojul in the mid lane.
And it's going to be Aincrad. He picks that one up, the Flame Guard. He gets the damage, he gets the kill, and we'll see maybe won't actually say, I don't think there's anything that can stop this Ember Spirit because he's not on a complete roll. Going towards that BKB now as well for him. He looks so powerful here. 10-0 and 7 on Aincrad.
The thing is that the supports of Navi, they have these instant disables that can be good against the Ember, the Sinister Gaze, and the Lift. But you just do not have the front line to even get close to him. The second that you start getting close is the second that you lose your life.
Yeah, I'm going to hear a shapeshift coming through here from the Lycan, the chase down potential from Kushi's in the trees. But again, could be that bait
coming.
With the backup, the smoke coming through here from one move. Aincrad as well as Gilga get themselves in. The Wukongs comes out. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Daniel. Malik, can he get himself away from this one? Looking for the TP. Of course he can't. He's just going to be locked down, killed off. And Aincrad now gets himself another on the board.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Navi, even when they make a good play, that on the bottom lane, it's a solid play, a solid attempt. They just don't have the strength, the initiation, the levels, whatever. Even if they would have caught the Monkey King, I don't know if you kill him. He uses the Wukong's command, he still lives.
Yeah.
And one move are always going to be fast enough to react to that because you cannot go for those plays fast enough or as fast as you would like. And I mean, that is the result currently. Navi, they're... I would say they're playing this game for fun. There really isn't much of a chance for them in this one.
Yeah, at least Shigetsu here is going to have that Battle Fury coming through to him, so this might help a little bit. But while that's going on, you know, you look at the net worth, the Monkey King, he's sitting about 2.5k higher than you. He's already got himself the Sacred Relic. I think the Radiance is on its full way in now. They're going to be able to pick this one up as the fight just break out.
They got him, though.
Chain Frost bounces around. They are going to be able to get the kill. Gives himself up about 700, 800 gold here. Do they get the kill onto Gillian now as well? Because he looks like Aincrad. He wants to turn this one around since the gaze comes through. But there's going to be that static storm. And the trap 3 in, including Shigetsu. They've got the damage. They've got the kills. And they're going to be able to clean up Meljo. Look for that TP out. And no blink from the Dragon Knight. He'd already used it, so not going to be able to close the gap. And the Pangolier at least will be away.
Centaur was missing 2 mana for the War Stomp. That would have been another kill. And he was just keeping the Centaur next to him, Pantomime. But that 2 mana really making a difference. The Swashbuckle with the Diffusal Blade in the end did save Melojul's life.
Well, silver linings and all that, you know, it does allow, like you say, allows him to get away. But with the way this is going, 27-4 at 18 minutes here for one move, and they're just every time something breaks out, even if it's on Navi's terms, and I don't think we've seen much of that, it's still always going the way of one move, it seems.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful static storm. That's it. She gets you get a Battle Fury, and that's the time where I'm gonna farm. Finally, I'm gonna get back into this game, and you die immediately. So those are some big timings that, again, one move are gonna be able to slow down on Navi. And Shigetsu, he's the one that you're relying on. He's the one that you believe in. Everything else is not looking good.
No, and all 3 cores on the side, or they're even going to be able to get Malik out of this. Malik, can he get himself away? Where's that glimpse? He get the Dragon Tail stun. Breathe Fire comes through now as well. And Munkushi to be able to pick it up with the Primal Spring.
Yeah, I didn't have the Disruptor there just yet, and Munkushi missed the Boundless Strike, so he went for the Wukong's command, believing that he got him in the Fog of War, but actually nice sidestep from Malik. And I guess that's the only thing that he has been doing successfully in this series. Sidestepping spells is the only thing he was allowed to do, so at least he's getting something done.
But it's going to cost him a tier 2 in the mid lane. Aincrad, he's just going absolutely ridiculous here what this Ember Spirit's being allowed to get away with in this game.
They can't do anything. Gilgir is setting up on the bottom lane. Shigetsu is actually going to survive because they don't have any follow-up stuns.
Yeah, no, the Glimpse was the only one that could get the drag back, and that was used to set up there for Pantomime. But it means you are forcing that TP back from the Marty right back to the base.
Oh, Gilgir is being ruthless. He just wants blood. He has this Tumbler's Toy and Tranquil's Boots, and he's so fast to move around the map. And with the Ghost Scepter so early on, he knows that he cannot die. So really, Navi have no choice but to run away from him, and considering you're so far behind, you're always under enemy vision.
Yeah, look at this. Aincrad's just right behind enemy lines, trying to get the jump in, forcing out the shapeshift from that Lycan now as well. Gilgir catches up the Tumbler's Toy though to close the gap, join up with his teammate, and Navi, even when it was only one hero, Aincrad diving onto 3 or 4 of them, they couldn't even fathom trying to re-engage it, and Aincrad gets himself in, scurs out Navi, and then just gets himself right back out.
With the BKB is unkillable. Disruptor with the Ghost Scepter is unkillable. It's literally 2 versus 5, and Navi don't even dare to engage.
No, look at this. There is going to be the telekinesis jump up, and Aincrad, he's not popped that BKB just yet. Probably will pop it here now as well. The Dispose comes out, but he's going to pop it. Go for the Slider Fist. Munkushi gets the kill onto Malik, as Gilga will be taken down by Malik before he goes down here. Aincrad trying to do what he can with the mana. He's got it with the Slider Fist, and that was about a third of the health pool from the Lich, and he just disappears when that Slider Fist comes out.
I feel like sometimes we don't give credit to how strong the Overlord creeps actually are, right? Because you're surrounded by 3-4 heroes. You're losing so much, and your Overlord creep actually gets a kill on a hero that does have a Ghost Scepter. It just goes to show how powerful this item is. But in a scenario like this, that little kill, it's not gonna change the it's not gonna change the course of the game.
No, God, look at those odds. You one move, there's not even... Damn, it's full zeros here for one move. And Navi looking at the 10 to 1. EGB showing that, yeah, one move. And the game showing one move completely in control of this.
I think that means that you cannot put money on one move, but it would be cool if it's literally 0 odds. So you put your money and it's gone. You just don't have it anymore.
You always get your money back. That's the thing. Like you always
that's
if you put
one.
your money on. Yeah,
that's
so...
1. That's not 0.
No, that's like I've worked in betting shops. Even if you put in your odds, you get your stake back if your bet comes through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust me, I spent a long time that I wish I didn't working in betting shops, and yeah, I got that stuff drilled into me.
But why wouldn't they just put 1.0?
Yeah, well, as Rubik, because that means you're getting your stake back plus whatever your stake was. So that's what the one is, you know, the matching on that.
Okay.
As the chase down, Malik has to get himself out in the shapeshift once again. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him use it in this game, that shapeshift defensively.
Yeah, well, you know, offense isn't really in the dictionary for Navi today.
Yeah.
Hasn't been in their dictionary ever since the first game, the first day of Eastern European DPC Division 1, because that is where they won against Darkside. After that, every single game, every single series has been a loss.
Yeah, and it is just looking so good here for one move. And yeah, you see the Monkey King, he's got himself that Aegis for the next 5 minutes. You know, even moving through the enemy jungle here, Meljul just looking to find a space to farm. And one move is saying, no lads, no, you ain't having that. They're splitting themselves up, they are looking for these kills, and they feel comfortable moving around. The Dragon Tail comes out now as well. Where's that Static Storm? They've got the lockdown onto Shigetsu. Once again, Shigetsu, no way out. He's just going to go down. And yeah, no, one move feels so comfortable splitting up across this map and finding the pickoffs like that, that even if one of them goes down, they don't feel like it's going to put them too far behind.
Right now, what Navi are doing, you know, a lot of people might be asking themselves, why aren't they calling GG? They're waiting for the 2 BKBs, one on the Pango, one on the Marcy. Once they get those, they're gonna go for a smoke, and once they lose a fight, then, if they lose a fight, most likely will, that is when you call GG, because you don't really want to tap out until you have tried out all your options.
Yeah, they are going to force away this Rolling Thunder from Meljul, though. So Gilga, the glimpse not going to affect him. Meljul, he's just going to go into the base with a roll-up. Maybe potentially look for that TP out. Yeah, he's going to be able to get it and just get himself away from the Disruptor. So at least he does get himself out of the Radiant Jungle alive.
One thing also, you can see that Navi are preparing for that last hurrah as they even got the gem. Okay, that's 4 heroes that take so much damage. Aincrad, he kind of did more damage there to Navi than they did to the entirety of one move for the for this game.
Yeah, and he is going to be out of mana now. That is going to be a benefit. No TP scroll here for the Ember, but he's going to be able to get himself to an Arcane Rune. And starting on that Shiva's Guard, not going to be too far away from completing. Just needs about 2,000 gold here for the Mystic Staff. And with how quickly Ember Spirit's finding heroes, you know, that 2k, it's going to go down. It's just going to disappear like that.
You're like, he only needs just about 2k. That's the net worth of the Lich. That's the net worth of a hero here. So the entire hero. And you're just so casually saying it. But yeah, Aincrad has been ramping up gold like mad. He definitely knows some tricks there. Or actually just is destroying the enemies completely to to take all of the gold away. And one move, they're going for smokes. They don't want to allow Navi to get out of their base, but there the smoke comes out from Navi. They have their 2 BKBs. If they lose the fight now, if they don't get some key kills, they're probably going to tap out.
Smoke's going to break. Afterlife, he's going to be the furthest one forward. There's going to be the Sinister Gaze, but Ankrat comes in. He's going to be able to get himself in with the BKB. Afterlife using his own BKB now as well. Do they get the Dragon out? Ankrat, he gets the kill onto Daniel. Mukushi comes in with the Wukong's command. Afterlife, he's just kiting around. He's trying to buy so much time. He might eventually go down here with that Rolling Thunder coming through, but it's going to cost Shigetsu his life. And that is, the chase comes through now as well. Meljoul with that Rolling Thunder trying to get the TP away. He will be able to get himself out. They take down the Dragon Knight, but it costs them too. And it costs them the carry after those fresh BKBs.
And they don't tap out. Okay, so they feel like this is good enough. I don't think so, but I feel like if the Dragon Knight didn't die, that they probably tap out. This way, they're still thinking we do have the ability to kill an enemy core, so let's just keep at it. There is, as long as we can do that, there is a chance.
Yeah, it's... I mean, what is the chance? Literally 2% win probability here for Navi, according to Dota Plus.
One every 50 games. That's good, you know, considering that this is probably an elimination game.
Yeah.
You take it.
Yeah, you take anything that's being given to you here. I mean, 2% though. Let's see if this is going to be one of those 50 games. As Navi, they're going to group up for another smoke. Maybe this time with the Monkey King and the Ember Spirit being on the bottom lane, they might be able to get both the Ench as well as the Dragon Knight for free. But let's see here. Marty in the trees. Pantoman's going to be seen. Meljoul, he doesn't have that blink dagger. The Sinister Gaze comes through. Rolling Thunder now as well to Pantoman. Pantoman with the Nature's Attendance. Is this going to be enough for the kill? And the little friend's coming through now as well, so it changes targets onto Marty. Marty taking a lot of damage from those wolves, and he's not even going to be close to going down. In fact, they turn the target around, and they get the kill onto Marty.
Train your dog, Malik. What the hell are you doing? They're just not listening.
No, and now Malik in the base, but so is the Ember Spirit, so is the Monkey King, and well, Daniel is going to try and go for that TP, but the glimpse comes out. They get the kill, they take down 3, one move. They are running rampant in this game. 39 kills in 27 minutes and a 21k net worth lead. I'm seeing Butch and Sundance time here coming out for Navi.
I mean, why? They brought Pantoman to like 80% of his HP, so they definitely have something to look forward to.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, they got the kill onto the Dragon Knight. What more could you ask for?
That was now 5 minutes away, Rob. That's the
yeah, true.
That's the sad part about it. And after that, they haven't been able to do much. Do they have a smoke on Navi? They don't have. They have one on Lich, so that should be the one with which they attempt to do something.
And you can see that one move just want to look to pin them inside the base here. So with the Dragon Form coming out here as well, it's only the second level in the Dragon Form. Not even going to be going towards the Ags on the Dragon Knight here as well. No Meaty Hammer, nothing like that. So relying on the push from the Dragon Form. It is going to be the Hex coming out from the Dragon Knight. I think this is the first Dragon Knight match we've seen that's either not like the Manta Radiance or the Meaty Hammer build. It's just that classic blink into the BKB.
I think they were listening to our casts and they understood the great Dota knowledge that you were giving them. So one move, apart from the other teams, they decided to take it. And look at this, they're winning a series drop. So yep, I think that's you should probably keep that to yourself. And if you're good at something, never do it for free, my friend.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I'm getting paid anyway to cast it. So if the teams want to listen in, you know, it's just a bonus for them, and I'll get around to charging them, you know, as we get towards the end of the season.
Okay.
I guess
that makes sense. That makes sense. So, anyways, one move. They're going for an engagement yet again, and the Malady. Well, that outpost is not going your way.
No, Malady isn't even going to be going the way. There's going to be the Rolling Thunder in now as well. Shigetsu caught inside the Wukong's command. The damage coming through. He's got that BKB out, but the damage chasing through. Munkushi, a couple more right. He's going to be able to get the chase onto Shigetsu. Shigetsu, just to get himself away from this one, is going to be able to get that rebound off into the base. But Daniel, not going to be that lucky now. He stacks up right face to face with Ankrad, and Ankrad gets that kill. And now the BKB for Meljoul. Meljoul looking for the TP. No basher on the Monkey King. He was disarmed anyway, but inside the base, the chase comes out. The GG is going to be called. Navi, they're going to lose this 0. One move, finally get a 2-0 on the books and able to take this up against Navi.
Oh, everybody is silent on Navi. Not good. That is not a good sign. I think they know. I think they know that they're eliminated now, most likely, because yeah, they do have 2 more games to play, but they've lost against both Hydra, one move. So it's you know, VP is their last shot, and VP have been doing okay-ish and definitely better than Navi. So that's not a game that you can rely on. So with everyone being silent once the game ends, that is a sign that things in the team are not looking good.
No, and yeah, so Navi are going to be playing the first game tomorrow up against Hellraisers, and that is going to be a hell of a battle to face against because Hellraisers looking like the best team in the region in this tour, and then like you say, they've still got looking at who they've got to play here coming through into this. It's going to be VP, just finished up against One Move. So VP, they've already beat out One Move, so they are looking pretty strong. That kind of classic mid-table team looking pretty good here for VP. And Navi, like you say, they've only got themselves one win. It is so hard here to even consider being able to come up against either of these two teams, get a victory, and maybe pull Hydra and One Move back into tiebreakers.
Yeah, very, very tough to do it. Navi, and with the way that they have been playing, I just don't see it, right? They're losing the laning phase. Their moves are pretty one-dimensional. Let's go to this lane, right? And then if it works out, it works out. If not, it doesn't. They don't have let's make a move on the bottom lane, but while we're doing that move, you on the top lane, you're doing this, right? So there are no complex moves like that are actually gonna allow them to come back from the game when your laning phase is bad, when you're not doing that for potential comeback. The only way that you can win is by the mistakes of your opponents, and I mean these are all professional teams. They're not going to make that many unforced errors that you can capitalize on it. So Navi just don't seem to be on par with the other teams here.
No, and yeah, One Move will move themselves up here to 2 victories and 4 losses. So put themselves equal here with Hydra, and then equal in terms of wins with Virtus Pro. Any final thoughts for the series? Because One Move, they did look fairly clean. There was a bit of a blip in the first game, where Navi were able to come back, but One Move throughout most of this series here, 2-0, looking incredibly, incredibly solid.
Yeah, they're looking solid. I'm just happy One Move finally got a clean series. They definitely deserve it the way that they've been playing throughout the season. I expected them to even beat Virtus Pro. So when they didn't, I was a bit afraid, but I'm glad that at least on the lower tier teams, if you can call them that way, they are getting their victories in.
Yeah, and this is going to be, that's going to be it for the day, but we'll be back on Thursday. It's going to be Navi versus Hellraisers and Team Spirit versus VP. So both Spirit and Hellraisers can secure the pass to the major with victories on Thursday. We would put them on 6-0, puts them out of range of everybody else. I do believe even BetBoom wouldn't be able to catch up there. Yeah, the best that BetBoom can do is 5-2. So yeah, Hellraisers and Team Spirit both can secure that pass to the major coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna be able to do it. Hellraisers for sure. They're playing against Navi and Team Spirit. Virtus Pro. They're a worthy opponent, but I still think they're not good enough at this point to beat Team Spirit.
Yeah, we've seen Spirit drop a couple of matches throughout their series when they've tried something new. But, they're green across the board in terms of Series 1, so they are just using those opportunities to maybe to try something new, and it doesn't always work out.
Definitely not. And I like how production they are, or the organizers, they can look into the future. Last time they put the last match was going to be between Team Spirit and BetBoom. Now, it's not really the last one, but it's day before the last one. It's going to be Team Spirit versus Hellraisers, and that is going to be probably the most important match, the battle for the first spot.
Yeah, and that is going to be it for the day, guys. Thank you for tuning in. That is one to look forward to coming up on the second to last day, like say Spirit and Hellraisers. But for now, we are going to be done. Thank you for tuning in. Any final thoughts on either of the series heroes before we close this one out?
I'm pretty much sure that I just want to see Navi a little bit more smiles on their faces, even when they lose. I think that's the only thing that we kind of didn't touch upon too much, and because when everybody's silent, it means that you've kind of given up not only on the game, but maybe on your teammates as well.
Yeah. Again, maybe they are going to be able to get some smiles on the face going forward. But for now, that is going to be it. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time we go live on Thursday with a couple more series. But for now, that's going to be it. We'll see you again soon.